stiff. I mean, I don't know how stiff, but he's getting pretty cold. I asked him after in the seventh, I said, how you doing? He said, I'm freezing, which was not for me, but he pitched an absolutely, under the circumstances, an unbelievable game. You know, his command, you walk out and you grab that baseball in that kind of weather, it feels like a cue ball. So, I mean, the fact that he commanded his stuff as well as he did was impressive.
Obviously, he's a relatively quiet guy, but do you get the sense that when it comes to a big stage kind of moment, whether it's his big league debut, throwing 97, or tonight, first start of the season, that he enjoys that stage and rises to it a little bit?
Well, no question, he enjoys the stage. And I don't mean it to make it sound like he's an egotistical guy, but he's got great confidence in who he is and what he is. And he likes to be out there. He loves to compete. And, you know, there's going to be a night in warmer weather where it's going to be a game where maybe it's out of control. He ain't coming out, I can tell you. It'd be a huge argument to take him out.
In his short time in the big leagues, is that the best you've seen him cycle through his pitches? I mean, especially the third time around using that changeup more and more.
Well, you know, Kev, he's a little different than he was last fall. I think he tried. I don't know. Again, only Matt can answer what was going through his mind last fall or tonight. But you know, last fall he wanted to show everybody that his stuff was plus stuff, which we all heard it was. You know, he's becoming a pitcher. And tonight, using the changeup. He threw one curveball tonight, was I thought one of the best pitches he threw all night long. And you know, if he can, with his change and the effectiveness of his curveball and the slider, I mean, he still throws 97, 98. I mean, this guy's got every weapon you possibly could need to get people out.
You just touched on a lot, but which of his pitches tonight impressed you the most?
Well, I still think the command of the fastball. I mean, that's still a pitch. That's still a pitch that every pitcher's got to have to make the other stuff effective. So.
One of the things that you and Dan have both said about him, for a young player, he prepares well and is meticulous. And do we see that kind of the pick-off? He almost got it, and then he said he was determined to get that guy first. Is that an illustration of his work ethic?
His work ethic is unbelievable. I mean, you watched, you know, his times to home plate are so much better than they were last year. I mean, there's the best stealer in the National League on there tonight and couldn't get a jump. That says a lot about his willingness to improve in every facet of the game.
Terry, you've had young guys before with talent, but when you look at Harvey, how impressive is it that it seems like when he sets his mind to something, he's able to just apply it, and it seems like it's pretty quick. You know, you talk about his changeup and all that stuff.
Yeah, well, he's got all the skills. I mean, and the work ethic. You know, you don't walk around telling people that you're not just here to, you know, be a big league pitcher. You're here to be the best there is. You don't just walk around and say stuff like that without being willing to pay the price to do those things. And Matt Harvey's willing to do that.
Terry, how good a sign was it for you to see Duda go deep against the lefty, and how much deeper is your lineup when he's clicking?
I'm sorry?
How much deeper is your lineup when Duda is clicking, and was it a good sign for you to see him go?
Both Duda and Ike off a lefty is huge. But it's very big. I mean, what you saw tonight, if those two guys are swinging the bats like they can and driving in runs by hitting the ball in the seats, I mean, it's going to be a tough lineup to get through. There's going to be no breaks because John Buck can do it. We know Marlon can do it. David can do it, and that's, you know, the thing we talked about in spring training is the importance of making sure that Lucas, you know, has the kind of year that he's capable of having, because we know Ike's shown us that he's going to hit 30 homers. If Lucas is in that same bracket, this is a different team.